In 1955, feature twirler Margie Brown had a special interest in the Dayton Flyerettes, a precision dance routine group at the University of Dayton. Horniak and Brown both agreed that UC could use a group like this. During summer school, tryouts were held and Margie became director of the Bear Kittens. The Bear Kittens were strictly a feature group. Rehearsals were separate and the marching maneuvers only casually intersected. Being a precision dance group was their first goal. Camp Ernst was the site of UC's first band camp in the fall of 1958. The first camp was 3 days and 2 nights, with several marching and playing rehearsals each day. The first night ended with a square dance mixer. This acclimated the freshmen, who made up roughly half the band. The second night was skit night. Horniak attributes the success of the first band camp to the students, who organized the entire event from beginning to end. He felt it was essential for the students to run the band, while his only role was to conduct the rehearsals. In his view, the band's purposes were to play music as an extracurricular activity, provide musical services at UC events, and provide some fine arts training for cultural growth. In the spring of 1963, Horniak took a short sabbatical to complete his education at Indiana University. He returned in 1964 as Dr. R. Robert Horniak, smarter than your average bear.
Upon returning, Dr. Horniak was assisted by staff arranger John DeFore. He began 2 stage bands, each performing jazz charts. One group had a predominance of CCM students and a second group was made up of casual musicians. DeFore arranged jazz charts for the stage bands and jazz-influenced pop tunes for the marching band. In the spring of 1964, UC hosted the District 7 convention of Kappa Kappa Psi and Tau Beta Sigma. Convention goers received a complimentary pencil holder cleverly disguised as a beer mug. Alpha Gamma Delta sororities shared the spirit of the convention by inviting everyone to a pancake breakfast on their lawn Saturday at noon. Throughout the late 50s and 60s, the band continued to travel extensively. Some of the high spots were the NCAA tournament in San Francisco, a rainy, sleety mess in Milwaukee, and a sunny day at Wrigley Field for the Chicago Bears. They met a stereotypical redneck crowd in Memphis and enjoyed showing up the Indiana band at Dr. Horniak's alma mater. There were also trips to Washington, D.C. and West Point. In 1967, the College Conservatory of Music moved from the Oak Street mansion to the main campus. That same year, the band ended its short stay with the College of Education, moving in with CCM. Dr. Horniak was named conductor of the Wind Ensemble. During this time, Horniak became more involved in the administration of CCM, whose obligations increasingly demanded his time. In the spring of 1970, he completed his tenure as director of UC Bands. The 16 years he spent as director marked the golden age of the band, setting a challenging standard of performance, travel, and fun for all future directors.